Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to the first verse of Close Your Eyes and Count to Fuck by Run the Jewels. Let's talk about Electro's design, since we have just been introduced to him in-game for the first time. So the original Electro's color scheme... Actually, with the help of this transformer, this is going really well. His color scheme was like bright yellow and loud lime green. He had this star pattern mask made up of jagged lightning streaks that he wore. And obviously they took a lot of liberties redesigning him. But that really distinct element, like the most recognizable part of his original design in the mask, is actually intact here, despite him not wearing a mask at all. Next time we see him, pay attention to the scarring on his face. It's one of the things I really like about his design. That fight went as perfectly as I could have hoped. Huh. Cool. Things will get a little bit tougher from here on out, too.
Oh, hi, Rhino! Hope you like surprise, Spider!
On the other hand, that's probably my least favorite Rhino design ever. Why can no Spider-Man get up here? Oh. I know I'm supposed to go that way. I can't latch on to anything. Has this just not loaded? Oh, there we go.
Hey, what's your status?
Me? Just trapped in a prison with every criminal I put away.
This is too good to be true.
Scorpion, can you hold on a minute? I was in the middle of a phone call and it was business.
It kind of makes you wonder how groundbreaking Doc's research actually is if he has a prosthetic tail that's just prehensile like that.
Camera system's almost up. I'll give you a sit rep soon.
Okay, I'll keep tracking Electro.
Because it seems like the technology that Octavius was working on already exists in a pretty advanced state. Oh, that is the one that I wanted it to hit, too. Let's see if we can get this one to go nearly as well as the last fight. Oh, I thought there was one more guy left.
Whoa! Come on, Spider-Man. I thought this was a chase.
Gotta stop this guy.
Yeah, see, he has the star pattern. And it's right there, plain on his face. So this chase is really nifty, conceptually. But it does feel a bit slow somehow. And I think it's because this area is actually too open. There's something... I want to say it's the parallax that makes it seem more sluggish than it actually is, because you're not moving any slower through this environment than you are through the city. It's just the parallax is different.
Vulture!
Long time no see. We're going to have so much fun.
Sorry, no time to talk.
Oh, yeah, right. That's gameplay. I put the controller down for a second and it stretched.
No time to talk.
So we're not maneuvering through that. We're just trying not to hit the water.
Okay, I got the security cameras back online.
How's it look?
Well, it looks like the entire population of the raft has escaped, including Martin Lee. That means 5 of your worst enemies that are now on the
For a second there, I thought you were serious.
I am serious. I have to go. Some of them are heading into the city.
Now we get a cool little... Oop. Holy shit. I actually forget... Oh, okay, yeah. Whenever you're close to the edge, he just flips over to the next section of wall.
Electro, stop!
Go over there. Shouldn't have another one.
How do you like my new suit? Dashing. Where'd you get it? It's an exclusive club. Remember, he said not to kill him. Good idea. In fact, we don't have to do this at all if you don't want to.
We definitely want now!
First and final warning. Stay out of our way. Each of you has a job to do. Your debts will be repaid when we're done. Go!
And we get Peter at his lowest point in the story.
There he is!
And thus, we also get our Sinister Six. Like the Avengers, the makeup of the Sinister Six is pretty fluid. The OG Six is Doc Ock, Electro, Kraven, Mysterio, Sandman, and Vulture. So sub out 3. And sub in Rhino, Mr. Negative, and Scorpion. Mr. Negative himself being a relative newcomer to Spider-Man's canon.
These years, all these lies. It's over, Norman. Time to give them the truth.
report on the bioterror attack. As of this hour, the number of infected civilians is approaching half a million.
Fine.
There is still
Can
no
you,
update from the NBC
can you
on
pass
the
those
timetable for
out for me?
enhanced
Sure. around the clock on a cure for this deadly disease. The citywide quarantine is being heavily enforced by Sable International, who maintain tight security over all transit points. Throughout the city, police and Sable agents continue to battle with Rikers and Raft escapees. Meanwhile, Mayor Osborn has gone on record blaming Spider-Man for the prison break and citywide sickness, and branding him a fugitive. But he has yet to provide evidence. And many believe the mayor is just deflecting blame, since an exclusive report by the Bugle revealed that this disease originated in a secret, unregulated Oscorp laboratory here in Manhattan. Mayor Osborn insists that Oscorp is working with the NDC on an anti-serum, but has not provided any further evidence to support this claim.
Oh, I wish that blood was green.
Dr. Octavius. Why? How did I let this happen?
Just got a call from the hospital. They said you went AWOL.
I need to get back to work.
The doctor said you still have 14 broken bones.
Which means I have 192 non-broken ones. Thanks for taking care of me, by the way.
The hard part was keeping you hidden from Sables. They've branded you a priority target, you know.
I humbly accept the honor. What is happening to our city, Yuri?
I don't know. Feels like the end of the world. Maybe it is.
There's a little cinematography touch in that last cutscene that I want to point out, and it's the close-up on Doc's eyes. The goggles could have been a perfect mirror, but what would a close-up on a perfect mirror reflection tell us? Damn you, Yuri!
Banding together and taking over entire city blocks. Looting, strong-arming local residents, you name it.
I'll take care of him. What else you got?
The mayor told Silver Sable to do whatever it takes to find Lee and Octavius. So she's just rounding people up indiscriminately, holding them captive in bases around the city. I've even heard rumors of enhanced interrogation tactics.
You mean torture? Don't worry, I'm on it. This is our city, Yuri. It's time we take it back.
Great. My men are tracking the supervillains. I'll update you when we make progress. For now, do your best to stabilize the city.
So, we have a little bit of downtime, and the introduction of Sable Militia as
Sleep it off.
enemies for us to fight, including some new enemy types. And the APCs and all the snipers that are now perched around the city. So what I was saying was, if the lenses on his goggles were perfect mirrors, like perfect reflective surfaces, and we got a close-up on that, it would tell us nothing. As far as, like, visual storytelling goes, it would tell us absolutely nothing. Instead, they do a few cool things. They make the lenses warped, and they make them partially opaque. And that reflects two things about his character that was set up earlier. Damn it, May!
The record isn't looking too great right now. I'm fine, May. Staying safe. I'm more worried about you.
Oh no, don't you do that. Feast is the safest place in the city right now. Our sister locations uptown, not so much. But we're safe and secure down here.
Let's hope it stays that way. I'll stop by when I can, May. Love you.
You too, Peter.
This is a hard game to LP because there's actually way too much dialogue. Yeah, they're partially opaque and the lenses are warped. And it tells us two things. One, he is literally not seeing clearly, and two, his perspective is warped. And this was set up earlier on with Peter talking about the prototype of the neural interface affecting his mind. It's a small touch, but it's just good, solid visual storytelling. And also, we get flying enemies who carpet bomb you now. So Dr. Octopus is the Joker to Spider-Man's Batman. But in so many ways, he's much more complex and interesting, especially how they treat him in this game. But to be fair, even in the comics, he's always been a more complex kind of villain. You know, he's never he's never really in it just to cause chaos. He was even Spider-Man in Peter's body for a bit. They body switched and Peter died in Octavius's body, and Doc Ock became the superior Spider-Man in Peter's body because he has Peter's memories and it writes his moral compass. Spider-Man actually dies a lot. In fact, one time he died and then gave birth to himself.
But maybe wait till we're not in a state of emergency.
Alright, so there's this villain named the Queen, right, who kind of came out of nowhere at the time. This was not even 10 years ago, it was a little less than that. So you know the facehugger in Alien that impregnates you through the mouth by latching onto your face? She does that to Spider-Man.
My men need your help, now. Get to a vantage point in Midtown and I'll explain.
On my way. Is it Octavius?
No, 2 of his flunkies. Still searching for the doctor. I have to be honest. That one scares me. Might be the smartest supervillain I've ever encountered.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. Hold tight, Captain.
Okay, and as a consequence of impregnating Peter, he also turns into a literal spider. By the way, not even close to the first or last time he has become a man-spider. So anyway, he's a spider and he's pregnant. But before laying a clutch of terrible spider eggs, he keels over dead. But it's okay because from the carcass of this 8-foot spider monster, a fully grown Peter Parker is reborn. And the entire reason all of this happened was because Marvel Comics could not think of a better way to justify him suddenly having organic web shooters instead of mechanical ones. Oh, also it gave him the ability to talk to insects, like Aquaman, but for bugs. Except of course arachnids are not insects.
1043.
I can't with this. So anyway, Dr. Ock is a villain, and we're all very surprised that nobody saw it coming.
Okay, Captain, got eyes on. Fill me in.
Rhino's assaulting the Upper West Precinct. Electro's at the Upper East. We need you to turn the tide. Head to either. They're both equally screwed.
Also, how's this for juxtaposition? Peter Parker, Otto Octavius. One letter apart and both alliterative.
We need help at Feast's sister site uptown.
The Veterans Center in Harlem. What's wrong?
Men from Rikers are demanding food and supplies. The staff are barricaded inside, but they need help. Miles and I are headed there to evacuate the staff.
Don't do anything until I get there, May. I'll meet you in Harlem. May sounds exhausted. I really hope she isn't sick. I need to help Yuri, then get to Harlem.
Nope, we have already learned that Aunt May has anime mom disease. What we've also learned is this game is very good and has a lot of nice little touches, especially in its visual storytelling, and comics are dumb as hell, and I love both of those facts. On that note, did you know there's a hero named Matter Eater Lad? He's a lad who eats matter.
We're nearing the Upper East Precinct.
Good. Electro and the demons are boxing my men in. The setup is complicated.
Damn it, Yuri!
You'll understand when you get there.
Yuri Watanabe, master of suspense.
Did we really need that interruption? No. So not only does Matter Eater Lad eat matter, he's not a one-off character like you might think. Like, you might think he's like the penny plunderer in Batman. But no, he has in fact appeared in 124 different comics.
This isn't good. Transformers are charging the building, trapping the police inside. Yuri, complicated was an understatement. I'm gonna have to disable these transformers to free your men.
Even if you manage that, they'll still need your help with the demons.
Ouch, ouch, ouch,
I'm here,
ow.
ready to serve all your electricity and demon-related needs.
So this is bad right off the bat. Yes, let's throw literal garbage at it. This is so good. So, phew, fighting all the dudes on the rooftops off is not a problem here. There is, however, the matter of, again, getting carpet bombed by the helicopter. And the fact that my fingers keep mistaking up on the D-pad, which activates the camera, to down, which is the heel. We just really need to take this one out of commission immediately.
Man, I did not miss dealing with Electro's elaborate supervillain antics while he was in the raft. Trapping the police with a network of energy transformers? Who does that?
Love that he refers to this shit as antics.
Great.
This is such a profound understatement. Also, you'll note that the Sinister Six in this game were all set up way ahead of time. I mean, there's Doc Ock and Lee, obviously. But the other four were all, at the very least, referenced visually or name-dropped at some point in conversations. In fact, I think the other four were all shown to you at one point. Like, their photos were flashed on screen during some kind of conversation as having been imprisoned recently in the raft. The raft, by the way, which did nothing. Act 2 ends with this big triumphant moment of sending Martin Lee away, and oh, you beat him and you send him to jail, and that's that, and that feels good, right? But it did nothing. In fact, it made him more dangerous. He escapes immediately and now has a much wider network of dangerous allies. There is something that you can take away from that about, I don't know, the prison industrial complex and recidivism by design. And we'll even actually touch on a few transformative justice themes later on. But I do kind of appreciate that just sending the bad guy to prison is not the ultimate solution to that problem. Oh, and there is that camera button again. Oh! Popped me mid-throw. Oh, I love that. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, this is also good. I've not been using that enough. The ability to throw enemies around like ragdolls when you have them webbed up.
Police are free, but demons aren't backing down. Need to lend a hand.
Well, this is effed. This is effed utterly and completely. I hope that... No! Oh my god, that was so bad. We need to get rid of that grenade. I think it still hurt me. That was nice. But I think because I did the negative shockwave on top of the cop car, it didn't actually reverberate on the ground enough to knock any enemies out. So that was useless to me. Okay, you... he's gonna have to go at some point, as does this grenade. I told you, Act 3 actually ratchets up the difficulty quite a bit. It's not too dangerous, and you probably won't find yourself failing repeatedly, but there's a good chance that if you've been breezing through the game up to this point, you're gonna struggle a little bit more than you have been at this point. Especially with hits like that, Jesus Christ. You need to isolate them a little. I do have my suit power, but it this point, there's so few of them left that it would feel like a waste. So we can just now pick them off one by one. It looks like 1, 2. Oh, yeah! Perfect. Oh no, I miscounted somehow. There's still you.
Yuri, your men are safe. What's next?
Get to the Upper West Side. We're trying to shelter civilians, but Rhino isn't making it easy.
He never does. On my way.
One problem
Miles left a voicemail.
partially solved.
Hey, Pete. Hey, May wanted me to call you. Things at the Veteran Center are not good. Convicts are trying to break down the doors. Mary Jane's here, but we're getting people out of the basement. We need more help. I hope you can get here soon.
I need to finish with the precincts fast and get to Harlem.
I love how we're not getting one big problem and then a long gap anymore. Problems are starting to compound on each other and cascade. And that's going to do it for now. Thank you all for watching. Take it easy. Have a good one. Make sure to share the video. Check out the other videos on the channel. Like, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff. Thanks.